It is 8:45. A teacherless classroom, thought to be the first of its kind in the UK, is on offer from September to students at a private school in London using tools like ChatGPT and large language models to help GCSE students through the syllabus for some of their subjects. It's happening at David Game College in London, where John Dalton is the co-principal. Good morning, John.
Good morning.
Tell us how this works, first of all. Which subjects and how does it fit into the traditional teaching?
Well, the main subjects will be English, mathematics, biology, chemistry, physics, and computer science, and we're possibly considering geography. And essentially, what will happen is that we are taking a pilot of 20 students and asking them to complete their GCSEs in 1 year. It's an intensive course using AI-enabled personalized adaptive learning to allow the children to learn at their own pace and adjust, and it can tailor to their specific needs.
So without any standard teaching then, and their entire GCSE course will be conducted in this way?
It's slightly counterintuitive, yes. I mean, basically, the core curriculum will be taught without teachers. It will be taught using platforms and systems.
And why do you think that's a good idea?
Well, there's plenty of evidence to show that using personalized adaptive learning is more efficient and effective in allowing the student to gain mastery of their subject. And we need to check when a student comes in, what is their potential? What is their aptitude? And for example, if a child comes in at 55 percentile in mathematics after 1 year, can they achieve 95% percentile? And we believe, and evidence shows, that systems which are AI enabled are more effective and efficient at training students to gain mastery of their subject.
Okay, let me bring in Lucy Kellaway. Used to be a journalist, then became a teacher and co-founded Now Teach, which is a charity that encourages people to retrain as teachers. What do you think, Lucy, of what you've heard from John?
Well, as someone who has fairly recently become a teacher and encouraged hundreds of others to be teachers, part of me is appalled, but another part of me is really interested by this. We have had no real disruption in how children learn for hundreds of years. And so the thought that this may be possible is, I mean, you'd be nuts not to be interested in this, but I'm worried about it too. I mean, the word efficient means a lot to me. I love it. I'm an economics teacher. And I can absolutely see this working for some students, those who are far ahead of the class or way behind, or the students who find classrooms traumatic. They might benefit from this. But for the vast majority of students, the students who I teach, I think they would be missing something completely vital, which is about the alchemy of learning in a classroom. It's about the enthusiasm and the deep knowledge that a teacher can bring. So most of us will have one teacher in our school who we remember for our entire lives, who lit that spark or helped us light that spark. I just can't see how the best, even if we sort out all the glitches that are still there in ChatGPT, they can be sorted out. But where do you get that enthusiasm from? Where do you get that real motivation from? The teacher who looks you in the eye and says, I know you and I believe you can do this.
And perhaps, John, the teacher who leads to what you do with your life one day, not only the subject you might study if you go to university, but the path you take.
Well, I think Lucy's reference to the target audience is roughly exactly the target audience we're specifically looking at. So that's an interesting point.
You mean those who are behind or very far ahead?
Exactly. And also those that may have been home educated, may have been slightly marginalized from mainstream education through bullying or something awful like that. I think there is a place for this type of education, and there's a place for conventional education. I think the other important point is that this approach that we're adopting is holistic. We're having 3 learning coaches for 20 students on this pilot project. And those learning coaches are going to be really looking after those 20 students. And in the afternoon, there will be the softer skills, the debating the PSHE, the RSE, the conventional type of curriculum, the support curriculum will come in, and they'll be taught how to become entrepreneurs and how to set up a business. And we'll be looking at AI literacy, we'll be looking at financial literacy. So it is a holistic approach, and I think it's a glimpse into the future.
John Dalton, Lucy Kellaway, thank you both.